Hey Kudos, what's up? Hope you are doing great. I came with another interesting video on the topic like top coding concepts to prepare for interview. This is without DSA, like without using data structures algorithms like linked list, queue, stack, or trees. This is mainly designed for all the students who are really struggling for the interviews. There we'll get to see all the coding rounds will be happening, like writing the code on the paper. So in that case, you need to have a lot of practice for different type of questions and by covering all the concepts. So I have created this video by covering all the important concepts and the coding questions that we can practice to get familiar with all the coding concepts. So just practice these questions from all the topics mentioned in this video. Solve these questions on your own and familiar coding language like Python, Java or C++. You can also solve these questions in 3 different formats like using for loop, while loop and recursion. So first we need to explain the brute force approach to the interviewer, like straightforward approach. Then we can start coding on that particular question. Before getting started, do like, share and subscribe to my channel for like-minded videos. Let's get started. Starting with the first concept, which is numbers. We have a lot of questions in the numbers format. By solving these questions, we can get to learn a lot of things like odd and even numbers and prime numbers, sum of the natural numbers and reversing the number and greatest of the 3 numbers. These are very simple and easy level problems that each and every student they can start with solving these problems at the initial level, like Fibonacci series, factorial of the number, power and the prime factors and the square root of a number and the sum of 2 prime numbers. My suggestion is like try to solve the question first on paper so that you can have a clear understanding of each and every line and how the iteration will happen inside the for loop or a while loop or the recursion. So we need to explain the dry run of each and every coding question to the interviewer so that it can have a great impression on our coding understanding. Let's move to the next topic, which is arrays. Inside arrays, we have a lot of questions that we can solve, like the maximum and minimum element of the array and reversing the array, sorting the array from the ascending or the descending orders, and longest palindrome of number the array. Like the longest palindrome string also we can take, and distinct elements like unique elements from the array and frequency of elements in the array. So if we take an array as a concept, we will get a lot of questions to solve. So better to solve all the array questions from easy, medium and hard levels. Let's move to the next topic, which is strings. Coming to strings, by solving strings we need to first understand how the string manipulation will happen and how we can convert the string into array and the array into integers. We need to understand the type conversion, then we can start solving the string type of questions like vowels or consonants in the particular string as key values of a character, like American Standard Code for Information Interchange. There will be a ASCII value for each and every character in our alphabets. So string is a palindrome or not, reversing a string, frequency of characters in the string, and non-repeating characters, and subsequence of the 2 strings. 2 strings are anagram or not. This type of questions. Coming to the next topic, which is matrix. By solving matrix, we'll get the strong understanding on a nested for loop, like writing a one for loop inside another for loop. So understanding this nested for loop is very important for our coding learning. So we'll get to know how the inner for loop will generate. The inner for loop will iterate as long as all the outer for loop will complete, as long as all the inner for loop will generate its iterations. So try to write the dry run on a paper while practicing these questions, like a spiral reversal of the matrix and search an element in the matrix, find a row with the maximum number of ones, like rotating the matrix by 90 degrees, common elements in all rows of the given matrix. So understanding matrix is very important in our coding journey. Next we have pattern printing. Pattern printing is also one of the most important learning practice in our coding, where we'll get to print all this type of patterns, like star pattern or the right angle triangle pattern, and the triangle pattern, reverse triangle, and the reverse right triangle of the numbers, and printing the numbers in the order or prime numbers, and so on. So understanding this can also increase our coding skills, where we'll get to solve these questions using nested for loop only. So we can give lot of conditions inside each and every for loop, like if and else conditions for solving particular questions. That's all about these topics. Thank you. I hope this video helpful. See you in the next video.